Hey, everybody. I hope this live stream or a video finds you doing well. As you can guess, I am going to go ahead and talk about some history. I know I've talked about this before, but I am bringing it up again because a streaming, I guess you might say, a streaming radio station themselves brought this up. So, what I'm going to repeat again is about Ozzy Osbourne's song Miracle Man, but I'm going to do it from the DJ's perspective for a few minutes. Not that I do, well, it's not that I don't believe his theory, but I'm not happy about it. I'll just be honest with you. I'm a lot less than happy that he's right. But let's go over this one more time from his perspective. He jumped up on the streaming radio station and was playing Ozzy Osbourne Miracle Man. And he goes, "Man, that was a killer song. Not just for the melody and the lyrics, which I like, but for what was going on in those days to get Ozzy Osbourne to write the song." And he said, "Well, there was televangelists like Jimmy Swaggart that was all the time going after Ozzy Osbourne." Give me a second. And then he said, "Well, they're all the time going after Ozzy Osbourne. So when Jimmy Swaggart, when he got caught with a prostitute, Ozzy Osbourne and his band decided to write a song about Miracle Man. And those televangelists, they were about taking people, stealing people's money. They didn't mean they were actually stealing it, but I guess in a way he was, because from the perspective of that they were living one life and that he was preaching another, that was a form of stealing to him. That's what I'm taking that he meant. But he goes, "Oh yeah, they're stealing people's money," and then you had Jimmy Swaggart with the prostitute. You had other televangelists with their affairs on their wives and cheating on their taxes and stuff. He goes, Ozzy Osbourne took this song and got back at him, and he had the last laugh. And unfortunately, I'm sad to say, he's 110% correct. They did. Ozzy Osbourne I literally got his last laugh. I'm not happy about that. But then let's go over the human history here a little bit. Forgive me, I got to get some coffee. I should say this is a coffee with Granville time. So, anyhow, unfortunately, he's right. But back to the humanity thing. There has been stories ran to where that people would start fundraising for a good cause, and people believed that the cause was good and that everything that was happening was indeed happening the way the people said it was. Come to find out, it was on the evening news because it was a scam. So then you take our economy. This is some more bad news. Hey, sweetie, got my cat here with me. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and set my keyboard aside here. So the then like I said, we're going to now talk about the economy. Every year for a president, my observation is, and my observation could be wrong, but it just appears to me that every time we go into election year, everybody's talking about, "Oh yeah, economy is going to be really great. Oh yeah, but like this economy is yuppie yay, it's great." And then after the presidential year election is over with, we, the common folks, the American people, get our backsides handed to us. because come to find out, well, the economy isn't quite as good as what we thought. Well, gosh, wonder why. But anyhow, I will give you also some behind the scene news. Um, Very soon, and I expecting within the next 5 years that whenever you call a bank, whenever you call your internet cable company, whenever you call your gas company or your electric company, no matter what company that you work for, in my humble opinion and from my research, says that it will be answered by AI. Only the most severe cases of something going wrong will actually go to a live person. If it's something simple, a bill or something, AI is going to be taking care of all of that. If it's something like, hey, I need to get, you guys got to come over and fix this, that, or the other, yes, AI will be sending out people. But when you get to a person, it'll be an extreme bad circumstance that no one could have actually have foreseen happening. So AI, be expecting in 5 years that AI is going to be taking over all of the call centers. Um, then there's other occupations that AI, along with robots, are going to be used instead of people, and I believe those to be surgeons and doctors. There may be some doctors on hand if there's an extreme case of something going bad. The person's really sick, they have to have see a human because the robot and or AI cannot take care of that. That is another industry that's going to get hit, is the medical industry. Um, Another industry that I see getting hit is attorneys. Right now, I've already seen on Facebook that there is a program that, hey, you just tell the computer all about your accident and the computer will just cut you a check. I see that happening within the next 5 years. What I also see happening is that there will be no more credit cards, debit cards, bank cards being handed out. It'll all go to tap. I'm expecting that somewhere between 5 to 10 years from now. So AI is going to take over everything that it can take over. And it's not because it has ill will against people. It's just like cutting down a road. The government goes out and they're cutting down trees and plowing the fields and leveling it off. And they see an anthill. Well, they're not against the ants. It's just they have a job to do. So they get rid of the anthill, and that's that. And that's what we're going to be like to AI and to the robots. I'm also expecting um, here in the next couple months that after the elections we'll see that there's a bad economy. Sorry to say that, I really am not happy about that at all. Um, so, with all the history that I have told you, with the economy, and I'll tell you, folks, I know the stock market is going up, but I'll just be honest with you. I just don't see it as a realistic up. What I mean by that, I don't think that the stock market is showing us reality at this particular time. But when it resets, it's going to reset hard and it will be realistic. I think that over the years, it's just that it's gotten worse and worse, more people not working, and company is making bigger profit with less people working. My humble opinion. I'm not stating that as a fact. I'm not a trained economist. I'm just an observer, an analyst. But that's my humble opinion. Um, so there is some changes that everybody is going to have to make. Not just Christianity, not just Messianic Judaism, not just one particular group or the other, but everybody. And this does come with some bad news, and this comes with I don't see it as being bad news. I see it as rather we have another positive way of looking at things and doing things. And I myself am going to be doing this. And I will be the first to tell you I deserve nothing. Everything that I have should be because I worked for it. Period. God did give us 6 days to work and to profit. And the seventh, in my humble opinion, which in Judaism is from Friday at sundown to Saturday sundown. And then we can start doing business again. What I am going to be doing is I am going to be selling. I am severely looking at, let me rephrase that. I am severely looking at selling cookies called Bang cookies. These are big cookies. They're almost like a cake cookie, if you will, but really heavy with the dough. They're very good. They're delicious. You know, they are a little on the rich side. I'm not, whoops, excuse me. Sorry about that. I'm not going to lie to you. Even a 6 foot two, 372-pound guy is not going to sit down and eat the cookie just in one setting. That's why it does have a wrapper on it, and you seal that wrap back up with the cookie in it, and it's great. You come back right to it, maybe the following day and have the rest of the cookie or another part of it. So I am going to be using that as one of my tools. I'm still planning on selling coffee cups with my pictures on it. I tell you folks, I got some wonderful pictures from Georgetown, Colorado. And I tell you what, I really cannot thank the kindness of everybody around me when I was there. Um, I really can't. And the staff. The staff was so very wonderful. It was such a pleasantness about them. I went into the Welcome Center there in Georgetown. Again, the staff was just absolutely wonderful. Great people. Love the service. Absolutely. And then the people around me, one day was like, "You're getting a picture of everything else. Nobody's getting a picture of you." I'm like, I gave her my camera. Yeah, I let her take a picture and thanked her. Um, so everybody that was around me during that train trip, honestly, thank you. I just can't thank you enough. You were all just splendid people. Um, with my look, and I'll go ahead and update you. You guys may have seen a picture with me holding a wolf that was carved on a stick. That's actually a staff of mine. Long story short, um, I did buy it, and it does fit. I am going to be introducing that as part of my image, if you will. I also have a very fancy cane to where if I'm going to synagogue or if I'm going to church or if I'm going somewhere nice, I'll be using that. Don't want to go around looking too eccentric in the wrong places. So, my idea is I'm going to start selling stuff, and I would encourage all Christian churches. I would encourage all synagogue. I would encourage all mosques. Start getting into a business. And I don't know how to do this legally. You would have to talk to a tax attorney about what needs to be done. And I have seen this. I absolutely refuse to say where I've seen this. Um, because if I was to say where I've seen this and the people wound up getting hurt because of it, then that is a sin for me. So that I may cause no harm, I will tell you I have seen this business model of where that a religious organization is doing other business besides just church business. And the way they're going about it, I highly respect them. I think they're a great organization. And, if anybody from that organization is watching me, I love y'all. I really do. Um, but these things we have to change the way we're doing business because to me, if giving is not dead stop yet, I soon do see it being dead stop. When that is, I humbly think I could be wrong, but I humbly think that it will be within 10 years. I think that 501(c) organizations just ain't going to last anymore. That they will have to start selling of services and or products just like everybody else. Um, I am sorry to have to say that, but my love for you all causes me to be to have to be honest with you all. I have to be honest with you. So I just wanted to give you guys the history. And I don't think that Christianity is quite dead yet, but there will come a time when it will die off because when Christ comes back for the millennial reign, everybody will be expected to obey the written Torah and everything that explains written Torah. When is he going to come? I don't know. I do remember that. I won't tell you when. Um, but I heard a pastor say, a Christian pastor, say, people come around me and ask me, is this the worst time in human history? The pastor kindly says, no, this is not the worst time in history. It was far worse back in Paul's day. And he did explain what was going on in the temple. And that was like, I kind of like this guy a little bit, just a little bit. But I would implore all churches, synagogues, and mosques, nonprofits such as Red Cross, homeless shelters, cancer societies, cancer associations, anything in the 501(c)(3), you may look at turning the way you do business because I do see the giving coming to a halt. If not now, if not next year, I would say within 10 years, approximately, giving out of the heart will just be non existent. I could be wrong. I even pray that I am wrong. I just don't see where I am wrong. And that's very sad for me to have to say because I believe in being compassionate, caring, and loving. But, there's nothing I as a man can do about nothing. The only way that we can hope to change America is that we stop telling people how bad they are, because even I understand I'm a bad human being. And instead, start telling people about how loved they are. This hell is hot message is pretty much, I'll be honest with you, it's over. Everybody's over it. It just doesn't appeal to anybody anymore. Maybe a small select group and generation, in the boomer generation, but like my generation heard it so much, just flat over it. And the younger generation too. Um, and there are organizations right now that's want to do good, and they are selling stuff to get donations. I am sorry that the world's turned this way, but it has. Many, many reasons behind it too. Well, I don't know how much of things that everybody's going to believe, but here's what I want you to do. I don't want you just taking my word for everything that I've said. I humbly ask that you please research what I've said and come to your own conclusion. And also, while you're researching, like researching is here, prayer is here. While you're doing the research, also be in prayer to our Heavenly Father that He'll show you the truth. And if I'm not telling the truth, that He show you that. There's nothing more on this topic that I can say. I love you all. God bless.